Today we are talking Mr. Beast, the biggest YouTuber in the world, who's currently surrounded by a shitstorm of controversy. And if you don't know who Mr. Beast is, I kind of envy you a little bit, because in doing my research for this video, I realized I'm not really a fan. I don't mean this in a negative way. I'm sure he's a nice guy. I mean, obviously the fucking latest things that are coming out with him, who fucking knows what he is, if I'm honest with you. I'm a bit fucking confused and I'm a bit worried about what kind of guy he is, but he might be a nice guy. The point is his content appeals to loads of people, right? And I wish I had those views and all that money. If you're calling me jealous, yeah, absolutely, I'd love all that. But the Spice Girls, you know, sold a lot of records back in the day. NSYNC sold a lot of records. Doesn't mean that they were particularly artistically gifted, or it doesn't mean that I have to like his stuff. Do you know what I'm saying? I don't think he's the most charismatic person in the world, let's just say that. He went down a different avenue rather than like a lot of YouTubers who just perform to their camera and use their personality to capture an audience. He was an ideas guy, and that I admire about him. He is a very clever man, but they're not made for me. They're made for kids who just want to go, wow, you know what I mean? Like, it isn't for me, absolutely not. So let me give you an example of how Mr. Beast sort of got big on YouTube. This was a video where he counted to 100,000. It says at the start, it was 40 hours long, but Adobe caps to 24 hours. This is the most I've ever tortured myself. And it is literally just him just counting for hours on end. And my God, so fucking boring. Just so goddamn boring. What I will give him credit for is this is utter desperation. Like, I will make it on YouTube. I will do anything because I haven't got that ability to captivate people. So what can I do? I'm going to think outside the box. And that kind of started off a path of thinking that led the way for everything else. What gets clicks? Fuck making content that he's, you know, meaningful or teaching people anything or proud of. Let me just get clicks by any means necessary. And the next sort of thing he staggered onto was giving people money. So this one, he gives his mother £100,000 and immediately, you know, subscribe. He shows the whole process of her reaction and whatnot. You know, it's a feel-good idea, isn't it? So not only are you using the value of the money to get people to go, wow, you're giving someone 100,000 and it's your mother, let me see her reaction. You're covering a lot of bases there. Again, while not needing to be entertaining in the slightest as a person, because people just want to see that huge amount of money, her reaction, boom, you've got it covered. The man understands human psychology very well. That is one thing that when I watched him on the Joe Rogan podcast, he understands human psychology and he understands the algorithm possibly better than any YouTuber I've ever heard speak about the algorithm. I mean, I'm fucking stupid as shit compared to him in that direction. I am not good at that at all. He is very good at that. And as the Mr. Beast channel grew, so did the amounts of money, the things he was doing, and the reactions. So here you can see I built 100 houses and gave them away. You get these families reacting to the houses he's built for them. It's feel-good content, as I said, but it's bigger and bigger and bigger. So people are now more just like, wow, what is he going to do next? And he's always kept upping the levels to a point where he got a deal, I think, with Amazon. Hundreds of millions of pounds have been made. The guy is insanely successful. And one thing that I've always appreciated about Mr. Beast, even if I don't like the videos, is a lot of charity work in there, right? He's given a lot of money away. He's helped a lot of people. He's done a lot of good. So even if I'm not a fan of the videos, it's like, well, fuck me. At least we've got someone at the top who is doing good with it. And that is something I've always respected about him. But despite all of that success, Jimmy, aka Mr. Beast, has had things turn on him a lot in the last couple of months because, for a start, one of his long-term friends who'd been on the channel for years, known as Chris, had decided to transition into a woman called Ava. The reason why that got a lot of criticism, outside of obviously some people just not appreciating that, is Chris had a wife and kids, right? Chris had people who depended on him, who had known him as a man, as the father, and all of a sudden he's becoming a woman. And a lot of people weren't okay with that. Now, Jimmy, Mr. Beast, decided to support Ava through all of this and stick by her and continue to have her on the YouTube channel. Now, the problem was more things then started to come out about Chris, aka Ava.
A couple of days ago, a YouTuber called Prism42 dropped a series of videos throwing serious allegations against Chris Tyson for some NSFW things he has been doing to young people. Allegedly, Chris, who was 21 at that time, began having inappropriate conversations with a young person named Lava while they were still in middle school. Chris began all of this when he offered Lava moderator privileges for one of his streaming sessions, and this was just the beginning of some horrific stuff. Chris would allegedly send all sorts of inappropriate messages to Lava, even at one point offering to send Lava inappropriate pics of himself after Lava donated to his Patreon. Y'all, turns out that this was just the tip of the iceberg.
Fucking hell, the tip of the iceberg.
Chris would, over the next years, send tons of inappropriate messages to Lava over Snapchat, and even Lava himself admitted the nature of their conversations was highly inappropriate. Understandably so, when this got out, people were furious. Since then, every single headline has been about this messy scandal. But loves, little did we know that this situation was about to get even messier. You see, when the allegations first started going viral, Ava Chris Tyson took to her Twitter where there was alleged evidence of a lot of the controversial things that she said that goes years back. And she deleted everything. Not a single tweet before this whole scandal can be found on her account.
I mean, that's just hiding evidence, isn't it? Immediately. This stinks. Already. Imagine having this cunt on your fucking YouTube channel the whole time. I'd like to apologise for any of my past behaviour comments if it hurt or offended anyone. Oh, if? Oh, well then. I tell you what. You might still have the meat and two veg or whatever, but you certainly apologise like a woman, I'll give you that. The gaslighting of this, if it offended anyone. How about don't apologise for other people's feelings and apologise for your actions that caused it. Take some actual accountability and actual responsibility. We've decided it's best I step away from all things Mr. Beast social media and focus on my family and mental health, as if they're a victim. You fucking cheeky bastard. Apologies like this are absolutely laughable. And they all do it, don't they? Do you know what I'm getting from this apology, though, is a complete lack of any accountability. And when you do that, obviously, some people are just toxic and they just can't take any responsibility for their own actions. But in cases like this, where something illegal might have happened, it may be that it's actually because they're scared that's just going to end up in fucking court, and this might be used against them down the road. That's how dark this is. You just focus on your mental health, love. You fucking asshole.
Another one of the young people he allegedly was inappropriate with came out and exposed him yet again.
Chris Tyson from Mr. Beast used me and manipulated me and did very inappropriate things with me while I was about 15 years old.
Now, if you guys remember, Lava, the first young person Chris allegedly had inappropriate contact with, came out and denied that Chris and him did nothing together. They just had inappropriate conversations. However, this guy was claiming that was nothing but BS, and in fact, the reason Lava wasn't speaking out was because Chris made Lava sign an NDA. Allegedly, Lava even attempted to get this person to sign the NDA, but they refused.
But he's also under an NDA from when he worked for Mr. Beast Gaming for 2 years, and he tried to get me to join Mr. Beast Gaming himself, Lava. He's the one who actually sent me the contract and tried to get me to sign the NDA, at which point I ended our friendship because I knew they were just trying to silence me.
Apparently, Nate, the person in question, and Lava began working for Chris, running his Discord server, and Chris never even paid them for their work. Allegedly, Chris's server had other young people in it as well, and Chris would often bring up adult-themed topics in the server.
Me and him were both initially involved in running Chris's Discord server, helping him set up his Twitch streams and moderating them.
So he's basically got fucking young kids working for him, doing all of his running around, and while he's at it, he's discussing things that he shouldn't be with them.
This Discord server that we were a part of had about 10 people in it, most of whom were minors. I'm not sure how they got in there, other than me and Lava. He won a giveaway, and Chris invited him after that, and Chris invited me after I saw one of his tweets asking for help setting up a Gearsmod server for the 10 million subscriber Mr. Beast video.
Was he seeking out these competition winners? Was he using that as a way to fucking start talking to them? It just seems quite coincidental that they're all fucking 40 and 15 and he's fucking reaching out to them through the guise of, oh, you won something. I don't know.
This turned into us having lots of private conversations with Chris and playing video games with him for hours on end. Not only did we do a lot of unpaid work for him that he promised he would pay us for, he would also frequently bring up sexual topics that was definitely not appropriate to bring up around 15, 16-year-olds, especially with him being like, I don't know, 20, 21 years old.
21-year-olds don't want to hang out with 15-year-olds. That's just the facts of it, right? That alone is just an immediate bit of evidence to suggest that something's not right here before you hear that he's talking about porn to them and all this other sexual shit.
Would even go as far as sending links to adult websites to these young people. And on top of that, Chris also had an NSFW bot in the same server that he was allegedly using to send adult-themed links to these young people.
So he clearly was deliberately trying to bring up this subject regularly with minors so that he could get his fucking enjoyment out of it and have that as the main topic of conversation to them. And Mr. Beast has had him on the fucking channel for God knows how long. Fucking mental. I didn't realize it was that black and white, you know what I mean? Like, this is a open and shut case. This isn't not what to fucking talk about after that.
Would even on occasion start calling them daddy.
He would also frequently call me dad and daddy, as well as the others, which I guess we all kind of just took as a joke at the time. You have to think this is someone who we looked up to at the time, we idolized, we thought was the coolest person in the world, so they couldn't really do any wrong in our eyes. But looking back, I was definitely uncomfortable at being called daddy by a 20-year-old. Even just thinking about it now, it's just uncomfortable.
This geezer, this lad here who was telling a story, good speaker, really informative, well done. You know what I mean? Well done for speaking out. Because for guys, I mean, I've talked about my babysitter when I was a kid once. You know, I had a babysitter who sort of offered to show himself to me, and I was like fucking freaked out, as you can imagine. As a man, it's hard to open up about that sort of thing. A lot of men don't want to talk about that sort of stuff. And he's clearly been a victim of grooming to some degree there, in my opinion. He's initiating the subject of the conversation of sex, and he's pushing everything in that direction with the hope for more, in my opinion. I mean, that is clear as day. And the more I listen to this and the more I learn about this, the more I'm shocked that the only response I've seen from Mr. Beast about all of this shit was a tweet. Do you think you're Joe Biden or something? You're the fucking YouTuber, mate. Get on the fucking camera and explain what you knew. Because you put this man in a position of power and he's clearly abused that, and you've put people in danger without knowing it or with knowing it. Let's have it out. Let's find out. But I tell you what, just hiding behind text makes you look guilty. And you might not be. You might be completely innocent. This guy might have done all this behind your back. But I tell you now, you owe it to the fans to get on the fucking camera, like. Fuck me, I've made bad jokes before and got on the camera and explained myself to my audience out of respect for them. This shit's going on in your fucking company and you don't even fucking get on the camera. You fucking joker. So the tweet I'm referring to by Beast was basically him saying, I'm now aware of these allegations and I'm disgusted. I've hired an independent third party to investigate everything that went on, and I will take any further actions based on their findings. Now, the key thing to take away from that tweet is he is saying that over the past few days, he's become aware, which is insinuating previously he was not aware. Now, after this all started spilling all over the internet, there was another leak full of the forum messages between these minors and this Chris/Ava person, and even Mr. Beast apparently was in there.
Mr. Beast made this comment.
Which one is that?
He said, so one of the people inside the group said that his penis isn't big enough. Mr. Beast chimes in and says, no, I know his penis size and it's huge. Now, this is in the very same server where all of these inappropriate conversations are taking place. Over 50,000 of these messages are leaked. So we can definitively say that he has to have some type of idea, and also terrible behavior like this.
Exactly. As the woman said, it's his best friend. He's commenting. So he knew to some degree the kind of content that was being thrown around in that forum. Did he know that the other people in the forum, their ages? We don't know. But him having a comment on there like that alone means he should have to explain that. There's too much shady shit going on right now for you to just think a tweet gets you out of this. Fuck off. Now, one of Mr. Beast's former employees has come out and done a tell-all and basically explained how Mr. Beast has used bad practices in order to build his empire. The first of which was basically insinuating that Beast deliberately tries to manipulate children.
Now, Mr. Beast intentionally manipulates these children's vulnerable minds for profit using 3 simple steps which closely align with the 3 major types of behavioral learning. Step 1 is getting the viewer to associate the brand with trust and authority. Mr. Beast videos are real, and he's a great guy that gives away big rewards to his loyal followers. I will show you irrefutable evidence in a minute that his videos are in fact fake. Step 2 is showing the viewers that when people interact with Mr. Beast in a way that benefits Mr. Beast, when they do what he tells them to do, they win big rewards.
Is he subscribed? You are subscribed. Here's some money. Have a good day.
Some of them feel like I just walk around with $1,000. It's like, oh, thanks for watching my videos.
Hit that subscribe button because you might bump into me in real life and it might make you a lot of money.
Yeah, that's a bit of a shit move, isn't it? Because like you're literally getting kids watching at home believing that you're going to get £1,000 when you accidentally bump into me one day just because you've clicked subscribe. Like it does make them more likely to subscribe. But how much different is that from people pretending to be nice on their YouTube channel when they're actually a bunch of arseholes? Like, not being a twat now, but some YouTubers are definitely arseholes pretending to be nice people. We've absolutely found that out over the years. And Beast is just playing the game there. As I said, he doesn't rely on charisma and entertainment. He's doing these little tricks to try and rope people in to what he's doing. And I'd kind of give him a pass for that, even though, I don't think it's cool. Like, I wouldn't do it myself, but I'm also not bothered about it particularly.
And step 3 is finally calling on the viewer to act in some way that benefits the brand, promising big rewards in return. Now it's your turn to do what Mr. Beast tells you, and you will win big rewards.
Yeah, I've seen him do this before as well, where, you could argue he gives his fans a false sense of hope in clicking the link of a sponsor and getting them more engaged with that sponsor, which will then benefit him massively. And in turn, do the kids get the reward, the payout for what he claims might happen? Probably not. He's gaming the system. But again, is that illegal? Probably not. Or every other YouTuber doing the same thing? Most of them. Yeah, so I'm not that arsed about that.
These young viewers are explicitly told repeatedly that if they subscribe, if they buy products,
buy this shirt to be in a video. Like, it's like clickbait, isn't it? It's become so normal that it's now acceptable, but in reality, it's probably not cool. I also sort of wish I'd done a lot of this shit earlier. Yeah, good old morals.
Have you ever faked a video?
No. But this train track is CGI, these bus wheels are CGI, this explosion is fake, this shredder is CGI, this car is digitally lifted, this pit is fake, this guy is fake, this raccoon is a paid actor, this island costs more than $1, this city is not abandoned, these buildings are CGI, but it's not your only way out. You can literally get an Uber to the airport for $20. That's not a lurker, it's just a guy. This whole room is fake, this contestant is an actor and a secret employee at Mr. Beast, they had him dive through this fake door twice, this line is scripted, this action is scripted. In fact, pretty much all the videos with Mac are scripted.
Yeah, I'm surprised this is a bombshell, to be honest. Like, the fact that it's scripted and fake, I mean, of course. Like, surely everyone already knew that, no? Apart from the little kids, of course, who have no idea, but like, maybe that's why he's keeping up this bullshit about it not being scripted. But surely that doesn't matter anyway, because the whole point of Mr. Beast, to my knowledge, is the scale of the production and the fact that he's giving all of this money away. Like, does it really matter that it's not real?
You did it! Yeah! What we did was scripted. Holy shit, this stuff would be easy to pump out.
That is kind of shit. Watching him bold-faced lie about it is not cool, but you know what's funny? I've just fucking thought of something. I just had a video taken down about the Donald Trump shooting for misinformation, meaning it's not true. Something I've said or done in there isn't true. Well, what are we going to do with Mr. Beast channel now, YouTube? You're going to take them all down because it's not true? Misinformation, yeah, technically. But let's see if they apply the same sort of logic to the Golden Boy. I highly doubt it. And now, a word from our sponsor. You wouldn't take a shower in a bathroom without a door on it, would you? Well, that's the same reason you shouldn't be using the internet without a VPN, because we all need a bit of privacy, don't we? And with the sponsor of this video, Private Internet Access, that's exactly what you're going to get. Now, a virtual private network is an app that hides your IP address and safeguards your internet connection through an encrypted tunnel. This way, it shields your digital life from the eyes of those who are looking to exploit your private information. And Private Internet Access is available on all platforms, so make sure you're protected now. And there's lots of other benefits of PIA. For example, if you're a Netflix fan or Disney Plus, you can change which country's version of that app you're watching in. So if you know that there's something out in America that we haven't got yet, boom, you can watch it on Netflix just like I do all the time. There's not many more satisfying feelings than finishing a series that your mates haven't even got access to yet. And if you're sick of paying the high prices to watch sport in the UK, you can watch sport from around the world and avoid all of that. And there's many reasons why PIA is trustworthy. For a start, they've got 30 million downloads and they never record your data. There's a 30-day money-back guarantee, so giving them a go is risk-free. They've got 24/7 customer service to make sure you're protected at all times. And they have an excellent rating on Trustpilot with over 8,500 reviews. So click the link in the description below and get the content that you've always wanted. You'll get an 83% discount and charge just $2.03 a month. And not to mention, you'll get 4 months extra for free. So why not try Private Internet Access now? And shout out to PIA for sponsoring this video, but for now, enjoy the video.
This video, this wink was added in post. In fact, 58 was actually on the far opposite side of the room from 42, and he just didn't hear him. This whole revenge storyline was added in post. Multiple shots show how timers are edited in post. Timers are edited in post. Timers are edited in post. They also manipulated contestants' audio in post.
We got 15 minutes.
In general, if anything happens last second, it's fake, or if you can hear someone's voice but can't see their mouth, the audio could easily be added in post.
I literally think I'm gonna kill you.
And yes, this lie detector video was also fake.
Basically, the guy hopes for drama, hopes that he'll put people in scenarios where he can get some good material. But if not, we'll get involved. And this is why he has such huge production teams, to force things to happen, to create in post-production, and to make the overall video more entertaining. Again, not surprised. Do I give a fuck? Not really. Although for some people, I guess his credibility is now massively damaged when he's been walking around pretending it's all real, which is absolute bollocks, clearly.
Let's look at this video. Not only were the results of this video completely scripted, but the contestants are not random subscribers.
So many people had jobs.
Oh, that contestant had to get out for her job? I guess you forgot she's your hiring manager. I actually recognize a lot of people in this video, including Jimmy's own girlfriend.
No.
The call to action giveaway.
So over the next 7 days, I'm going to be giving 1,000 random people that subscribe a free Samsung Galaxy S24.
How is this legal? I don't get it.
He's a bullshitter, of course, and a tacky one, honestly. Like, you're promising a load of kids out there that they're going to get a free phone if they subscribe to you. It's pathetic. But you know what? It's worked for him. And what he's done is he's got YouTube to send a whole bunch more subscribers his way, because the more people subscribe, the more YouTube are like, God, we've got to throw this to everyone's way, and then they're subscribing, and the snowball effect happens. And it doesn't matter. And other YouTubers don't care if you make dog shit content. They're not going to tell you. They're just going to keep licking your ass because they want some of that. They want your subscribers to subscribe to them. So they want to be your friend. And it's all about numbers. Quality and actual art doesn't make a fucking difference in this scene at all. Which is probably why I'm actually talking about this geezer, to be fair, because obviously if he didn't have the subscribers he had, it wouldn't be really worth my while to talk about. So even I'm part of the problem. But God almighty, it's shit. At least he's built a few houses for people, I guess.
So yeah, that's what a call to action giveaway is. At best, they are a way to buy subscribers, but much of the time they are legitimate scams. Either a YouTuber doesn't actually give away a prize, or in the case of these live streams, they're illegal lotteries where the only way to win a prize is by making a purchase.
So basically, he's done a lottery where people buy tickets for a prize, and obviously the prize won't be worth as much as the money he makes on the tickets, and therefore he's going to make a profit.
In 10 minutes, right, because we got to give them time to do their cart, we'll give 2 orders $500 each. 5 minutes, someone's getting $3 grand in their order. In 5 minutes, we're going to do the same thing again. We're going to put $1,000 in a random order.
This, again, is tacky shit, isn't it? It's just tacky shit. That's all it is.
So this was a 6-hour live stream. They took it down off YouTube, but 5 hours of it are still up on their Facebook page. And during those 5 hours, I counted 46 illegal lotteries. These lotteries are also run poorly. Multiple times they would say something like, buy in the next 5 minutes for a chance to win. And then 7 minutes later go, actually, the newest order in 30 seconds is going to win.
In 5 minutes, we're going to do the same thing again. We're going to put $1,000 in a random order. Hey, Daryl, don't we owe someone $1,000?
We do.
Yeah. So, all right. So the newest order in 30 seconds, we are going to put $1,000 in your package.
That means everyone who ordered in that 5-minute period was never going to win anything because he just started it again for the next 30 seconds. Yeah, I mean, it's not even ran well.
In 5 hours, they gave away about $50,000 worth of stuff and sold over 50,000 t-shirts. Selling these t-shirts at $42 each, profit margin would be about $22. But even if they were making like $1 per shirt, they would still be fine. Also, by my estimates, only 1 in every 1,600 orders actually won a prize. And I guarantee he has real-time analytics on his laptop. He knows they make more money every time he says, oh my God, guys, we're giving away so much stuff. We're not even gonna make a profit. Please, don't you want me to make a profit?
Oh, it's disgusting, isn't it? Like, it's really making me realize what a nice person I think when you consider that so many of his fans are kids as well, you're not dealing with people who are smart enough to really understand the game that you're playing and how unlikely it is that they will get, you know, as he's done multiple giveaways, iPhones in their packages when you buy one of his t-shirts, or 1,000 or 2,000 or whatever. They're not going to understand it. That's such shitty behavior that, like, what a prick.
For Halloween this year, Feastables is planning on putting $1 million in a chocolate bar. And they wanted to do a bunch of like scummy marketing and shit. My manager literally said at one point that they wanted to associate buying a Feastables with your dream coming true. So they're pitching ideas like, you know, buy a Feastables, win 10K, buy a Feastables out of a vending machine, and the vending machine just starts spitting out money.
So again, he's using another form of like gambling almost, where you're buying, instead of t-shirts this time, chocolate bars, and in the hope that one of them will change your life. And it doesn't seem like he gives a fuck about the people he sells anything to, which is very weird, because for a long time my notion of who Mr. Beast was a clever content creator who does a lot for charity. And yes, he does a lot for charity, but he does a lot for himself. That's for damn sure. And I've never ever had a problem with anyone making a shitload of money at all. But it's got to be on the right side of right and wrong. And some of the things he's done I don't agree with at all. Just on a business level here, before we talk about everything else that we were talking about earlier. So he's put a tweet out saying to his fans, if you ever see his Feastable chocolates at Walmart and the presentation's all fucked up, could you clean it up for him? It's mad, isn't it? It's like, that's the level of like, I'm in their heads. Like, I could get them to do whatever the fuck they want from me. This is a job, by the way. This is something that people should get paid to do. And he's just like, yeah, can you just do that for us? Because, yeah, it would just help make me more money. So thanks. Cheers. Nice one. This is weird. And it shows not only how comfortable he is with the power he has over those kids, but also it shows that they will do anything. And God only knows how far he could push that. That's fucking mental. Clean up me fucking chocolate bars for us. Fucking clean them yourself, you prick. That's what they should be saying. No. He said chance to win 5,000 as well. Again, another competition. It's utterly mental. He's got them like a casino mentality, this slot. They're just constantly trying to win shit off him. It's so fucking weird. So this guy also came on the guy's channel and did an expose about his experience working for Mr. Beast and some of the bad bits of the productions. And if you look at Mr. Beast's channel, obviously he's scaled the production up very quickly. And it is normal to expect that there would be some shortcomings when you're going from looking after 10 to 100 people to thousands of people, right? You are going to make mistakes. What I wasn't expecting to hear was issues about like water and medicine and nurses chiming in about, people being injured and how unsafe the conditions were on set. So, again, another side of Mr. Beast's situation that looks like a shit show. But all of that paled in comparison to another story that came out about Mr. Beast.
Well, there was a known sex offender, registered sex offender, convicted sex offender on the registry and everything, who worked there. And like, you can, someone pees in public, you're on the registry, you get it. You can still have a job after you're on that's one thing. You go to prison, you get rehabilitated, that's one thing. Like if you do your time, that's fine. I think there should be rehabilitation in this country. But that guy, from what I hear, I can't confirm or deny, from what I hear, he's on the registry for doing some not great stuff to some underage people. And they knew that. And he's working at a channel that has underage people on and around and is targeted to underage people. And they covered up the fact that not only did he work there, but he was like the manager when it all started. And that he knew, and because he'll be in videos, he'll be in thumbnails, he'll be around. And whenever he is, he's wearing a mask. Why would you wear a mask? Why would you conceal your face? It's like, what are you concealing? That you are a registered sex offender? And that your face can be looked up on a thing? How much more can you literally cover up a sex offender?
Fucking hell, mate. How can you be this big of a company, this smart as well? He's a smart man, and just be doing this sort of shit. Now, this was later confirmed by a guy on Twitter. Here's the truth. Delaware, which is the name of the geezer who had his face covered with the beard, that's his brother-in-law. And yes, he is a registered sex offender. Said when he was 21, he was accused by a 16-year-old girl of sexual assault when she was 11 years old. And now the motherfucker's working on Mr. Beast videos. Could you not find some fucker else? Like, it's literally directed at children. You're literally putting him out there to potentially interact with these kids. Apparently the guy took a player deal, which was why there was no jail time, but he still had to register. So this is the picture of the guy without a mask on, as we see him in Mr. Beast videos with a mask on. Again, you've put a tweet out talking about this Chris situation. There's so much more come out about him. And this being, for me, the most mind-blowing of it all. I mean, the fact that you have a guy working with you side by side on camera who's talking so inappropriately towards minors. And then you've got this guy who's convicted. Fucking hell. That's before we talk about all of the bad practices that Mr. Beast has taken part in over the years, which now really seem insignificant compared to this. He has to do a fucking video and come fucking clean on it because there's other people saying some shit as well. So this is his girlfriend's post where she's very vague in what she says. Maybe for legal reasons, she doesn't want to say too much. Maybe she signed an NDA. And that's another thing. Mr. Beast seems to have made everyone he's ever met sign an NDA. Like, and I get, for some people, they may look at that and go, well, it's industry standard. He's been very, very good at getting everyone to sign them. And the way she's wrote this, she's talking about having months of therapy, you know, clearly feeling traumatized. And she mentions, you know, how our trust in men has been impacted. So I don't know what went on. None of us fucking do. But it just gets worse and worse and worse. So I definitely feel like a video from Mr. Beast is absolutely necessary to clear all of this shit up. Let me know your thoughts in the comments below. This man is the biggest thing on YouTube. You'd expect so much better from someone who puts themselves across as, you know, a family-friendly creator who does so much for charity, to have all of this in the background. He needs to clear it up. Let me know your thoughts on everything that we've learned in this video in the comments below. I'm fascinated to hear your takes, and if there's anything I've missed, let me know as well, because honestly, I am not the most familiar with Mr. Beast, but I did my best because I did want to cover this because it's such a fucking huge story, isn't it? So hit the like button if you haven't already, and if you want to win an iPhone, no, I'm joking. If you wouldn't mind, hit that subscribe button. I really appreciate all of you. Thanks for watching. I'll see you on the next one.